Hey, what's up everyone? It's Rich. Of course, the second I go to shoot the video, what flies by? A helicopter. I'm gonna leave my sliding door open though, the window, because it'll be gone soon. But yeah, welcome to the video. We're gonna do one more installment of this. This is gonna be the last installment of this for now. I'm gonna ink this area right here, and we're gonna call this a wrap. And I wanna say too, I just finished filming and uploading a private Patreon video, a penciling video. It's about 30 minutes, and I'm going to be doing weekly uploads of private drawing lessons for Patreon people. So if you haven't gone and checked out my Patreon, now is the time. For $1 a month, you're going to get access to a lot more content than what I'm going to be putting on YouTube. So, you know, it'll be a good opportunity for you to learn more, and it helps support me, because the revenue on YouTube is just, it's pretty bad, honestly. You know, I make literally change doing these videos, so you know, it's one of those things. I'm gonna focus a bit more on my Patreon supporters, because they're the ones that really keep me on point here anyway. So all right, yeah, this is gonna be fun. I'm using a Gillette 291. And the ink is, today I'm using Ultra Draw. We'll see how it goes. If I have to, I'll pause the video and I can switch the ink. But I think it'll be okay. So the Gillette 291 is a pretty bouncy, flexible nib. Now the whole piece has not been done in that. There's a playlist that I'll have a link to, and you can actually watch the whole series of these videos. But I'm kind of feeling like we've covered just about every technique involved here, and although I may finish this at some point, it really would be faster for me to just do it than to try to keep documenting it. And what I think I'm going to do, I don't know if I said it, I was thinking it before I did the video, so I apologize if I just said this to you, but I think from here on out, at least for the next few months, I'm only going to be doing penciling videos. I don't think I'm going to do any more inking videos right now, because my focus isn't on inks at the moment, and the more I'm drawing, the better. So might as well just do it. And we can always come back to inking videos. That's not a big deal. I got that in my back pocket, although there's always more to learn. So, you know, trust me, I don't think that I know it all or anything like that, but I've got some opportunities staring me in the face right now, and I need to go for it and do it. So I am. But yeah, this will be fun. I'll be sad to see this kind of end. I don't know. And it's not to say that I won't be inking some of the stuff that I penciled too. So there may always be that. Yeah, you know, I won't get into it too much right now. It'll be more exciting to have it actually kind of unfold, and all of a sudden it'll just be kind of out there and in your face. But yeah, some really good stuff going on for me right now. That's exciting. Oh, and this too, I can kind of announce this. So because I'm an invited guest for Comic-Con this year, I do 2 panels, and one, I can basically create whatever panel I want to do, meaning that I get an hour in a room to basically jibber jabber. So check out what I did. I was thinking, I was like, well, what can I do? And I wanted to do an extension of this channel, but I got Lee Bermejo, the Lee Bermejo. I got Ryan Benjamin, and I got Carlos Deanda. These guys have worked on some of the biggest properties in the world. And we're going to talk about not only breaking into comics, but we're going to talk about how to sustain your career, how to go from job to job, and all kinds of fun stuff. So if you know, like it's kind of like the journey of 1,000 miles, but I'm going to have some pros that I really respect, and people that have not only done a long career in comic books, but have continued to excel and get some of the best jobs out there. I mean, Lee's written comics. He's done some really, really big Batman Joker stories. He did his own book. And he's like got a line of statues through Prime 1, and Carlos has worked on just huge video game companies and comic books and Star Wars, and Ryan's the same way. And Ryan's even up for an Eisner Award for his webtoon comic that he co-creates and draws and colors. So these are really like top talent, and I will record it and get it up on YouTube. But definitely, if you're at Comic-Con, seek me out in Artist Alley either Wednesday, Thursday, or early Friday, and I'm pretty sure our panel is either Saturday or Friday. I'll have more details on that as it gets closer, but anyway, but yeah, I just set that up this week, and was really hopeful that they would be able to do it, and they all were into it, so really exciting. I honestly can't thank them enough, because it's an incredibly important thing to me for some weird reason. I don't know why, but I know how challenging it can be, and it's like not only just getting work, which is a big deal. If you are on the outside looking in and you want to draw comics more than anything, I mean, you need some strategies to try to break in this current, you know, sort of social media landscape. And then, you know, I've seen a lot of artists, you know, they get a book or they do a fill-in or two or something like that, and the work can dry up. It can dry up even after a few years. You know, there's professionals that I've met that, you know, just all of a sudden the offers aren't there anymore, and it's pretty terrifying, you know. So hopefully we can give you some ideas on how to stay relevant and progress with your work and learn while you're, you know, actually doing stuff. You know, you're getting published and still growing, because it's very easy to just get caught in work cycles and not progress or even regress, honestly. I mean, I've seen that more than once too. The jobs just tear people up, and then they you know, run out of sort of stamina for the business. And there's so many opportunities and different avenues that you can get your work out there and seen now. So should be fun. I mean, I'm definitely gonna do my homework even before I do it. So I've been checking out a lot of like YouTube channels, and you know, some of the channels are pretty small. They don't have a ton of subscribers and stuff like that, but there's still there are people out there doing comics, and you can learn from everyone, you know. And I'll plug them, you know, if I find a channel that I think is exceptional, I'll give them a shout out here and try to get them some love and some followers, because it can be challenging, and trying to keep some breathing room in those lines. It's again, it usually shoots a little dark on the camera, but there's quite a few gaps, and we'll do a detail at the end of this. But kind of hustling too, because I want to get a decent amount of this done today, and you know, really going slow with the lines is not gonna. It's not going to get us as far along as I'd like to get by the end of the video. So this is all real time though, not that it looks sped up, but yeah, it was interesting. So I decided yesterday, I was like, I need to do something special for Patreon, and I kind of posted a message saying, hey, you know, give me some ideas. And that's the other thing too, is the video series that I do for them, the drawing videos that they're going to get, they'll get to pick the topic. So if they all of a sudden, you know, I start getting interest to work on something specific, you know, we'll do it. So someone asked me to do like a heads video, but a little more in depth. So I got the first chunk of it done this morning, and be a few videos. It won't. It's not exactly like the one that I did on YouTube. and it probably will progress differently too. So it's one of those things where, but yeah, it could actually get real varied real fast, which will be exciting for me, because if I don't really have an expertise or level of familiarity with what they're asking, it gives me an opportunity to learn something new, which I always like to learn. So it'll be cool. I'm curious to see what people throw at me. And we can do that here on YouTube too, but it's just unfortunate because, you know, the way YouTube is set up, it's like unless you're getting just tons and tons of views, there's just no revenue, you know. I mean, it's kind of a bummer. This is my 399th video on YouTube, not even kidding. I'm one away from 400. You know, I don't even make sometimes 25 cents a video. So it's like, it's the worst investment in yourself that you could ever do. And I don't do YouTube necessarily just to make money, but, you know, look, time is money, and if you're going to be teaching and putting a lot of trade secrets at them, you definitely need to be mindful of that, because either that or I'll just eventually just not want to do it anymore. And that's no good. That doesn't benefit anyone, myself included. But yes, this is cool. I don't study the Wrightson stuff in between videos. So when I come in to do the video for the week, I have to re-familiarize myself kind of with the approach right as we're doing it. Right now, I'm inking Vampire Hunter D over Ryan Benjamin. So as we get more of that stuff done, I'll talk to the company. It's like a movie company doing it. They did a Kickstarter. I don't know all the background on it, but it's pretty fun. It's different, you know. It's comic book stuff, but it feels different. So this is kind of a nice change of pace. It's just sort of like a summer fling for me. I should be done by the end of summer, or real close, like almost right around that time, a week or two over. But then I'm sure I'll be doing something for DC after that. But sorry, I'm concentrating. And again, no outlines. Like, this is the contour of the monster's arm is a series of unconnected lines, like these lines that I'm throwing. Maybe this line I want to draw right now, but it gives the illusion of the form with an edge, and yet the edge isn't really there. As soon as I'm finished with this, I'm going to upload this video, and then I gotta get to work. It really makes for a full day, I'll tell you what. I mean, that's kind of one of the things is, like, you know, you see a 30-minute video, but for me it's like an hour and 15 minutes worth of work. And I generally will watch them one time as I'm uploading it, just to kind of like see if the video makes sense and what I can improve on for future videos. So I mean, I try to get something out of it. Like, it's an opportunity for me to kind of learn too, so some crazy doves or something outside making a lot of noise. I don't know if the camera picks up on it. Oh, I've got a book right above me. I'm gonna move it really fast. I don't want this. It's like there's a Cintiq on my drafting table right above me. It sort of sits about where the top of this page is right now, but the edge of the paper keeps hitting it. And I had a book sitting on top of it, so I just moved it. Yeah, definitely check out the Patreon. I'm telling you, it's going to be really, really good. And for $1 a month, I'm going to upload some really, really valuable information. And it'll just get better and better, too. And that's the thing. And then you'll have this whole archive of private videos that you can go back to and learn from. I've been watching this anime. I keep stopping it though because I don't want to work to it, but it's called Gantz Zero, Gantz 0 or O, Gantz O. It's pretty cool. It's like CG animation, but I don't want to post any spoilers, but it's on Netflix. I liked it. I still haven't finished it, but it's pretty wild concept. And I really like the look of the movie quite a bit, honestly. Oh, and I was mentioning in the Patreon video, one thing that I would suggest for people is if you're trying to get better at drawing and turning the figure and scene form in 3D space, is to start following some like CG artists, like 3D modelers and stuff like that, because they post sometimes whips, works in progress, and turnarounds of the stuff that they're working on, and that stuff can really kind of help you see form better. Like it'll develop your eye for form in a way that sometimes looking at 2D art won't. So it's just a suggestion on my part. It's something that I really enjoy, and I feel that I've gotten a lot from. But you know, you could Google it. There's stuff on DeviantArt, but you know, like guys and girls that use ZBrush and all those different programs that do 3D stuff. But it'll definitely get your eye thinking form, which if you're going to get pretty serious about doing creative drawing, you're going to want to really know form quite intimately. I'm purposely letting my line wiggle there because it's like kind of a piece of fabric that's being pulled. So I sort of let my hand kind of like I waver it just the tiniest bit. What are we at time-wise? 19 minutes, okay. It'll be weird next Tuesday not doing a Wrightson video. Said it's kind of like revisiting an old friend every time I do a video now. Like, hello, old friend. Where were we at? I don't remember. So yeah, the links will be to Patreon and then Instagram. You definitely follow me on Instagram because I generally, you know, like these videos and stuff like that, they're always on my mind. So I'm always trying to share things that kind of tie in with the theme and the trajectory that we're we're moving on YouTube. So, you know, if I see like little tutorials and stuff like that online, I'll share that. And, you know, I try not to be too random with it, just because I don't want people that are following me on Instagram to get annoyed. But at the same time, I mean, I definitely, it's not always just my work that I share. I'm trying to create something that's a little fun, a little different. And then what I'll do is, when I finish the video today, I'll also upload to Patreon some, like, a still photo of this, so that you can kind of see it a little better. Although I shoot these at 1080, so it's pretty high res. I may even switch to Hunt 102, because I think I've got a pretty good Hunt 102 right now. Yeah, let me do that really fast. I'm kind of curious what kind of lines it'll throw down on this today. I broke a nib yesterday on a Hunt 102, which is pretty rare for me, but I was pushing it to the limit apparently, and yeah, it'll always like smack back in your face, so it, like, you just feel ink like hit you in the face, and then you have to find the broken teeth of the nib, like if they're stuck to your cheek or over by your eye. I've had it like land right to the side of my eye before. It's pretty like crazy. But yesterday I couldn't even find where it went. I'm sure I'll step on it at some point and then stab my foot. It's got kind of like sections of lines that are going through here. It's not like all one ending point. So, but again, it's creating the edge of the fabric here, but it's doing so by just lines ending open. You know, there's no true solid line that sits on the edge of it. And if you watch the framed ink video, he kind of talks about that. So we had a real good example, which is these videos. And they'll also have the playlist for this whole inking demo, because everything that I've done on this up to this point is been documented and popped up on YouTube. Sorry, I just bumped the camera with my head. This guy's face. I can't believe that we're at 400 videos. It's so crazy. We're such a slow burn. I'm telling you, like, man, I fought for every inch of, like, YouTube like and everything. Is just like, man, I would love to say that I came here and just, like, I had tons and tons of, like, you know, views and stuff like that, but I did build my audience on YouTube, and I didn't as much hustle my other social media to bring everyone here. I definitely wanted it to be organic, and I kind of wanted to see, like, you know, not only what I could build here, but also I wanted to make sure it was people that are engaged with YouTube, and it's as big of a part of their day and kind of like life and as it is for me, because I watch so much stuff on YouTube. Not watch, but I mean like listen while I'm working. There's a little bit of wet ink here and there, so I kind of got to be careful where I put my hand. This is just a series of like overlapping lines that create the under of the nose, and he's got a few going a slightly different shape. Those are really, really fine. But again, I'll show the detail at the end, because if I start moving the camera around, or moving the paper closer and back, my camera tends to want to autofocus on the wrong thing when I set it back, and you can't really tell from looking through the viewfinder that if it's in focus or not. It kind of looks like it is. I'd hate to lose the whole video to blurry. But yeah, Thursday will be my 400th video. We'll do a drawing video for that day. Those lines in there were kind of like stretched out S's, like kind of like a wave shape. So like exaggerated, they're kind of like this. They're just real short, so each line kind of has that little, but he's showing form. It's like it's dipping down and then it's going up and curving over a chunk of skin, or, you know, bone and muscle. And yeah, Wrightson really understood form well, which is why these drawings are so nice on top of the inking. But yeah, they're well executed drawings. Chocked full of good knowledge. It's a pretty intense piece. Dr. Frankenstein is in deep here. He is in deep. Sorry if I'm huffing and puffing on the camera. I hold my breath when I do the lines, and then I'll like exhale, but it helps me kind of keep control. It doesn't help that I've still got pretty bad allergies. It's been really bad this year. I'm hoping it says allergy season is from mid-May until July, so I'm like, come on, just whatever is blooming here, die. There's tons of bees out right now too, so it's definitely like flowers and stuff. I think it's grass that I'm allergic to, though. Some weird grass or something. Again, no edges. It's just like detail converging into other detail. Again, kind of that S-shaped thing going on here. Just creating layers and layers of detail. Anyone do anything fun this summer? I got Comic-Con coming up in like 4 weeks. That's about it. and then working, inking, penciling. That's it. I'm presenting it to myself like the clock is ticking, and I've got deadlines, not just for inking, but I mean like for the drawing stuff that I'm doing. I need to get in there, get that work. This is nearly black in this area, but give it just a little line work, and then I can kind of go in and blend it. So at 30, I'm gonna finish his hair. I actually caught myself. I was going to put down a ton of ink. Like, I was going to just really push the nib hard and kind of get this area soaked. But it was a bad call just because I still want to work on this for a minute or two. And that much wet ink really could be dangerous, where you could, you know, accidentally run your hand through it and smear, which that's no good. You don't want that. Duh. And someone was asking about like the stuff in the panel boards. I don't normally do that on pages, but because this is just a demo, I wasn't so worried about it. But yeah, normally I wouldn't draw on the gutters of like an actual page. Just kind of grab a scratch paper or something like that. But I can always trim that off, or you do black gutters on the side of this, so I wasn't really that worried. And if the phone cuts out at 33 minutes, then I'll just see you all on Thursday with a drawing video. But if not, the phone has not been doing that lately, so I don't know, it changed behaviors. It used to always just shut off at like 32 minutes and 33 seconds, but now it doesn't, or it hasn't been. But anyway, if not, you guys have a great day. Smash the like, please, and yeah, check out the Patreon. I'm gonna be blowing it up, yo. It's a piece of rope or something, twine. It's got little wraps that kind of do this. Oh, there's little knuckles here. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do, I might try to do this area here. I'll give it a fairly graphic read, but it's got basically like there's like a hatch that goes through here. It's super dark. Like most of it's black, but you can see little areas where there's kind of like gaps. So I'm just gonna kind of go in and sort of simulate what I'm seeing. yeah, there's the let me get this really quick. He's got a seam that sits on this piece of fabric. I'll just do it. So it's kind of like its own little black area with larger chunks of white, which are basically like hot spots of fabric that are poking out and catching light. Like I said, I'm cranking. I would normally do this with a little more care, but you know, you can see how long that it takes to even just do a fast version of this, let alone if you were gonna really kind of go in with tender loving care with each little line, which I still am, but you know what I mean, like there's levels. I wouldn't put something down that I think is going to be way off, but at the same time, it's so weird that my phone, I don't know how it changed its little thing. It's weird. I wonder if it was an update, or like an older update that had happened that somehow it was like people complained enough that they changed it. It was kind of annoying. We just started a new video, but for YouTube that means that I either have to edit it and paste together 2 videos, or it's going to be 2 parts, which I prefer not to do. So let's look at the direction of the lines. Where do I think that they are? These will go tighter, but I'm just like it'll be darker, but I just want to start getting this in. Yes, so much detail. It's really crazy. It's a battle for millimeters. This paper's gonna be super duper wet, but that's alright. What I'm gonna grab the book really fast after I do this, just to see where the little things are, because I'm covering the stuff up, and I'd like to keep it at least somewhat accurate to like what Bernie has. Again, this will be nearly black, but there's here it opens up just a little bit, and right in here he's got it too. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry for a second. I'll pause the camera. Okay, it's funny, like I can kind of peek and see the viewfinder of the camera here, and man, this thing looks pretty crazy. It looks kind of cool. Hold on, I'm gonna grab the Wrightson book. Like, I just want to cross-reference the hot spots that are in his, or the brighter spots that are in that dark area that I just did. We'll throw a second set of lines. It's funny because the cover of the book printed really dark. It's quite muddy, but the shot of the 2-page spread inside the book is quite nice. So. Two more pages. Okay, here it is. Okay. Yeah, oh my gosh, the shot in the inside of the book is way clearer. Okay, so let me... This paper is going to melt when I do these lines, but that's alright. It's okay. So... Most of this this is black. So going in and putting some nice hatches that will fade it, but also let it breathe a bit. Yeah, I hope that this was fun and somewhat insightful into, at the very least, just appreciating the awesomeness that is Wrightson. Because he is awesome. This is like, man, legendary status achieved. He's the final boss that you fight. Climbing up Art Mountain. It's like, what doesn't kill you makes you more strong. Yeah, really, really fantastic work. And like I said, one of the really, really exciting things about doing these videos is that people have been getting turned on to Wrightson stuff that didn't know it, which is really cool. So I can't thank you all enough for, one, going out and supporting Bernie's work, and two, you know, enjoy discovering more and more pieces from him. There used to be quite a bit of stuff online. I don't know, because of the way that Google loads images now, they're not as easy to find, like the big scans of it. There is some of that stuff still out there, but it's not as plentiful as it once was. But you know, just slowly, you know, if you can get a look back, or if you can pick up the Frankenstein book, you know, you're definitely gonna want it in your collection if you enjoy this, even in the least. It's you won't regret it. And Frank Darabont, put that Frankenstein book out, the artist edition. Come on, you guys got scans. You got the project start. It was going. Let's complete it. We need this book. We really do. It'd be so cool. They were gonna do an artist edition of Frankenstein, and they couldn't find all the plates, and plates meaning illustrations. But they were able to find, you know, if there's 100, they found maybe like 70, something like that. I'm just guessing, but it was something along those lines. But yeah, unfortunately, they couldn't really locate them all. But still, I think that that's plenty. But I think that there was other issues involved in doing it. But okay, I think that this is good. It's a little darker right here. I'm still doing hatches. It's just I'm just going in kind of like trying to mimic some of the value that he has. Okay, so I think we're good. Let me pull the camera out of the thing. That it may read black. There's a lot of do you see that? Like the fabric is, you can see through it a little bit. It looks really nice. Right, let me move this camera holder thingy. All right, so this is what we got. Beautiful, beautiful Wrightson. As seen through my crappy filter. But yeah, at some point I will finish this, but I think this is good for now. We've done a lot. We've done our time on this piece. Again, you can see the breathing room in those dark areas. And again, this is a sped up approach to this. I mean, I was working probably 60% level of detail, 50 or 60% of where it could have really been, but again, it would have taken eons to get this done up to this point if I would have worked as slow as you really probably would need to. But okay, I think if you watch this, you will learn a lot, and this will give you most of the fundamentals to be able to do something like this. Okay, and if not, check out some of my other inking videos. I have playlists. They'll be in the description box below, and you can try out some of those techniques. All right, have a great day. Smash the like, check out the Patreon, and I love you all, and I'll see you all Thursday with a penciling video.